Hi everyone, welcome back to Mike Intelligence, and today we're doing another day in the life. My name is Kat.
And I'm Sam.
And today we are interviewing Adam. So Adam, thank you so much for being here with us today. And can you start off with maybe just telling us a little bit about yourself, so which school you go to and what you were up to this summer?
Hi guys, and thanks for having me along. My name's Adam. I'm entering my third year at U of T in Rotman Commerce, specializing in finance and economics. And this summer I worked at Think On as a financial analyst.
That sounds awesome. Could you tell us a bit more about this internship, Adam?
Yeah, for sure. So Think On, what we do is we're a wholesale cloud service provider, and we also do software development. So the best way to think about it is when you make a sale, for example, on your POS, you tap your card or you swipe your card, that information gets backed up somewhere, and you have to pay for that storage. And for that storage, you have to build big computers basically and big storage sites. And so what we do is we build those computers, we build those storage sites, and then we sell and rent off space on those to corporations. And so we do wholesaling. So we sell to like larger corporations, and then they go to like the mom and pop shops and sell to them. So we kind of do it on a larger scale.
So in your role as an intern at Think On, were you really part of the sales team, or if you could touch a bit on what sort of tasks you would be doing on a daily basis?
So I work mostly with the finance team and the product team. So I had two bosses that I actually reported to. So the one good thing about that is no 2 days were the same. 3 days, some weeks I would do 3 days with the product team, 2 days with the finance team. Some days I would do 5 and 0. It was all over the place. So it was always based off what was needed and who needed me, who needed help. So when I worked with the product team, I basically built cost models for the products that we built. So we sell different tiers of storage, different speeds, different computes, all these different stuff that I honestly, it's like a little bit over my head because all the software people build that stuff. But where I come in is from a finance accounting background, and I understand, what costs go into that. I understand what we should be pricing this at, and, do competitive analysis with different companies in the same product sphere that see what their prices are at and see how competitive we are. So that's what I did with the product team. And then with the finance team, we do a little bit of small M&A, just small companies within our sphere. So no big publicly traded companies, nothing you would see at banks, but just small stuff to, regionalize us. And we did a little bit of product expansion out into Western Canada. So I was doing a little bit of costing there, building out these big storage centers, seeing what it would cost to build them, seeing how much, sales we'd bring in, some IRR calculations on that. So a lot of different stuff on a day-to-day basis, but it was always interesting and always fun.
That's awesome. And as an intern, how would you describe the nature of the job? Would you say it's mechanical, analytical, or?
Probably pretty analytical. A lot of the stuff that we come in. So I worked with like the software team, and that kind of stuff you don't really get any background in business school. Like we don't build software, we don't understand a lot of that stuff. So a lot of it was learning based off of like, how our computers built, and like not like a Mac or a PC, like I'm talking like big computers. And so like what kind of goes into that, how much stuff costs, how much you can sell it out for. So it was a lot of analytical stuff, figuring out market trends, figuring out the cost of this stuff. So it was definitely analytical.
Cool. So can you tell us a bit about around what time you would start working every day and what would be one of the first tasks that you do in the morning?
Yeah, for sure. So I start at 9 a.m. That's normally when everyone else starts. Some days, my boss would ask me, hey, do you mind logging in 30 minutes earlier to get something done? We're expecting something. And, obviously you adhere to that. But most days it was 9 a.m. So I worked from home 3 days of the week, and I worked in the office 2 days of the week. So on the days I work from home, I'm normally getting up around 8, making coffee, grabbing a bite to eat, kind of just like getting ready for the day. And then on the days I'd go in the office, it was about a 15-minute drive, so it wasn't too far, and I'd probably wake up around the same time and just, through the routine and head to the office.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Very well balanced, I should say. And it's so cool that you get to go to the office, in the middle of COVID.
Oh yeah, so we didn't have too many people coming into the office. The good thing about my role is I worked under the COO and the CTO and the CEO. So they were always in the office. So whenever I needed something, whenever, I wanted help with something, wanted to learn a bit more about what we do, I would just come in, they would always super happy to talk about what we do, learning more. So it was always like a very good one-on-one experience when going into the office.
Oh, that's
Cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's really cool that you were able to work with C-level executives. So is the company just really small, or is it a flat structure and that's how you got like access to these people? Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, of course. So we started, I want to say in 2013, 2014, around then. I can't remember the first day off the top of my head, but we've been growing fairly big. So we almost doubled our sales from April to May when I came on board, or like month to month. And so last year we were the ninth fastest growing company in Canada. So we're pretty small, but we went from around 60 employees to over 100 in just a few months. So we're growing pretty quick, and it is a pretty flat structure. Anyone can reach out to anyone. You have the C-level executives, but after that, it's pretty flat. Everyone, helps out. It's very team based. So a lot of the projects are team based. They take people from engineering, take people from ops, and they just whatever they need to be done gets done.
That's really cool, especially since like usually in financial institutions you don't really have that flat structure. So that's really interesting. Going off of that, what is something that you really liked about your job?
Probably the thing I like most about my job is working underneath people that are very high up in the company, and it's the people who founded the company. So they have the expertise on entrepreneurship. They know how to start a company. They've obviously been through it, and they've built a very successful company. So just like picking their brain every day, if I want to ask them, hey, how did you get over this hurdle starting your own company? Hey, how did this work? They were super open to talk about it, super, happy to help me out in any way possible. And I think everyone has that little bit of entrepreneurial mind.